This has been an unbelievable week. First of all, beginning of the week, the power went out and was off from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so like 7 hours. And I had this whole incubator full of eggs. So I left them in, hoping that maybe they were far enough along that they hadn't died. So I came out the day before, and was checking them to see if any of them survived, and they did. They had survived. And I even had one hatching out this morning, started to hatch out. And so I left him in, left the incubator on, and I went, it was like 2-3 hours ago, and went back and to do a few more chores and stuff. Came back out to check on the duckling hatching out, and the incubator had gone from 99.6 to 118 degrees. Literally cooked every single one of these eggs. The duckling that was hatching out died. And I was hoping he would have lived. It literally cooked him. And you can see that he's still soft enough that he just died not that long ago. And so I checked another one, and he was trying to hatch out. I checked him, and he also had perished. And so I've checked all these eggs to see if there's any movement in them whatsoever, and there is none. Now the eggs in the back here weren't quite as far along as the ones here in front that were starting to hatch. As you can see, I have guinea eggs and duck eggs. And so I really wanted these guineas to hatch out because I had a female guinea that had hatched out 5 keats. This has been a horrible week. She had 5 keats. She came out with 5 keats last week. And they were okay for a couple of days. And then like the 3rd or 4th day, a blue jay grabbed a hold of one, took it up in a tree, dropped it, and it died from internal injuries. My grandkids went out, grabbed it up, was hoping that they would get it to survive, and it didn't. It died. So it hasn't been a good week, so I'm not too happy right now, and I have no understanding why this incubator would hold temperature all week at 99.9 to 99. I think it got down to 0.6 one time, but it pretty much maintained the temperature, and we had hotter days, really some hot days. And in this is my brooder, and I put this lid on top of it to keep stuff from falling down inside of the incubator so it wouldn't damage the incubator. And for some unknown reason, it decided to just go crazy. So what I plan on doing is clean this out. I'll clean this and wash it out and clean it all up and get it ready for storage. But I will turn the incubator back on for a month and watch and see how it maintains the temperature. During the day when I'm at work, I'll have my daughter and my grandkids check on it, and and what I'm going to do is make write down the temperatures that it is each and every day in morning and then evening, and then they can write down in the afternoon when they check it to see what the temperature, how the temperature is maintaining. And so yeah, these are the eggs that didn't make it. Some of these eggs didn't even, were already duds before the power went off. I left them in there when the power went off. Then I went in and started checking them, and a lot of these, I checked some before. There was like, I think 6 that didn't even start to mature, so I took them out. And so now I've got to bury everything. And they didn't start to hatch out or, develop. So I stuck them out here, and I after the incubator was the power went off, then I checked them again, and there was still some that hadn't started to develop. But there was some in here that were starting to develop. They were probably about 2.5 weeks old, 2 weeks old, 2.5 weeks old. Now it takes 28 days for ducks and guineas to hatch out. So I was hoping that even with the power off that they were far enough along. A hen gets off her nest anyway. She'll get off the nest for anywhere from 15 to half an hour and then go back on the nest. So I was, after that, I was hoping that maybe those eggs would still develop, over time, because they would only have like another week and a half to go. And I was hoping that maybe they would live. Now they won't, because the incubator went, and I don't know how long it had been on at 118 degrees. Like I say, I had gone over and started doing some other chores. I had checked it like 2 hours before, 3 hours before. And so everything was fine. The temperature was at 99.7, I think it was, 7 or 6. So it should have stayed right at that temperature. Even if it's 100 degrees outside, it should maintain a 99.9 temperature, no matter what. These incubators are set for that. This is one of those, and I've had a lot of success with these incubators, a lot. I have hatched out so many ducks and so many chickens with these incubators. So there shouldn't have been any trouble with it. So I'll clean it out. I'll go out, dig a hole, and hopefully next time I start it, because I'm not going to start, it's almost the 1st of August. I don't want to start any eggs. Right now it would be almost September by the time the eggs would hatch. And so that would only give me a couple of months, at least a month before I could put them out. So I'm not going to do that. It'll start getting cold. In September, we start getting some freezing weather, and then October. So I really don't want the chicks out, or the ducklings and the keats out that late of the year. So I will start this procedure over again this spring. And by then the geese should be laying. They laid 1 egg, or 2 eggs. They laid 2 eggs, and then they hadn't laid any more after that. And so, anyway, they should be laying quite a few eggs. I have the American buff geese, and they are, old enough now. And, of course, this is the wrong season for geese to start laying. So I'm hoping they'll start laying about March, April. And so I'll start some goslings and ducklings then. And guineas will probably start laying in April, May. And I'll hatch a bunch of those out again. The one keat, she had, like I said, she had 5 keats. The guinea did. And a blue jay got 1. The next day, I saw a raven swoop down and pick up 1. And then I'm out here watering everybody and taking care of everything. And a hawk came in and picked up 2 keats right there, within just a few feet of me. And so she had one left. Well, this morning, no, yesterday she had one. Yesterday evening she had one, and yesterday morning she also had one. So somewhere along the line, something took the last one. Probably a hawk or a raven, I imagine. Probably took the last one. But yeah, I'm gonna keep checking this incubator for a month and see how it maintains the temperature. Make sure it keeps maintaining the temperature. If not, I'll have to contact the company and find out what I can do. I know there's some buttons on here that you push for up and down on the temperature. So I'll just have to go in and make sure that that the thermostat might have went bad. I don't know. I don't think so. But and for why the temperature went up so high, I don't know. But I will keep an eye on it for the next month and make sure that it doesn't happen again. So anyway, please subscribe. Please push the like or not like button. Press the notification bell. It'll be notified every time I upload a video. And we'll catch you on the flip side.